Hello. Welcome to the middle of nowhere. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I was gonna do with that. Anyways, welcome to my first ever monthly review. I don't know really what to say because I've never done this before, and I'm not scripting this either. So, except for the reviews itself, I'm gonna script. But I'm hoping to do this every month and just go over the games that we played and kind of tell you guys how I felt overall about each of those games. Anyways, you know, we have a lot of games to cover. We played a lot of games this October. So, on with the show. The month started off with less spooky but spooky themed game, chosen by our dear viewer, Scooby-Doo fan. Scooby-Doo Nights of 100 Frights is definitely a treasure I wasn't expecting. A GameCube game, so a bit old, but it seemed to grab my attention from the get-go. They stuck heavily to the Scooby-Doo episode formula, which was both good but cheesy. The music was great but became repetitive and at times weirdly placed. Boss themes were awesome, and the boss fights, well, they were interesting but not difficult at all. The Metroidvania element definitely surprised me. Overall, I gave this game a 5.25. And let me tell you, with my score, 5.25 is middle of the ground, and it's actually pretty good for me. Most of the games that I, used to think were like 8s, 9s, I never really gave anything a 10, are now 7s with my new review system. I do plan to do a video that goes over my review system a little bit more in depth, but as for now, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.25, so good job, Night of 100 Frights. Our second game was definitely in the complete opposite direction. Lost in Vivo, and when I say the complete opposite direction, I do mean in like scariness, horror, all that. Lost in Vivo, a Silent Hill inspired first-person psycho survival horror, say that 10 times fast, created by Akuma Kira. This game had a great PS1 aesthetic, but environments were lackluster, I'll be honest. Everything was a little... I know they were going for this claustrophobic feeling, but it's just like very, plain, and it's an indie, developed game, so, I can't expect lush environments and crazy stuff, and it's going for that PS1 aesthetic, so everything's gonna be simple, so I can't really fault it too much for that. But it's very similar to Spook's House of Jump Scares, just very simple, narrow hallways. Lost in Vivo is best described, as many do say, claustrophobic, and very mind-bendy, similar to Eternal Darkness. It has spooky ambient tracks and a great chill rock track. I mean, damn, just listen to it. It's a great spooky short horror game, but it's not free of faults, especially in the technical department. I give this game a 6.75, very close to a 7, and I actually very much enjoy this game. Actually, you know what? Screw it, we'll bump it to 7. Now I'm looking at it, I actually messed up my score. It was actually a 7. Whoops. The next game, let me tell you now, the next game was really exciting. Dusk, and one I definitely want to return to. It was inspired by Doom and Quake, and it's a fast-paced horror action FPS, and it's one hell of a good time, let me tell you. One of the best things is the agency that the developer had put in, especially the crossbow that can shoot through walls. I watched a couple speedruns of this game, and it's amazing what they can do with that. Like, it's so speedrunner friendly. You can, like, if you know where the pixel has to hit, you can open up switches from across the map and, like, end the map early, which, of course, is a little sad for the level designers, but what are you gonna do? But the only gripes I had were okay design / communication, along with mediocre writing, which you don't really come to a game like this for anyways, so, that didn't really bog it down too much. But the final score I gave it was a 7.5. Our next game makes you feel like a true monster, and it's something I've always enjoyed in games. I used to play like that as a kid, and this game definitely filled in that feeling. Carrion is definitely one of a kind and was a journey I wish I could explore fresh again. The spine-chilling sounds, the amazing agency in each counter, the awesome problem-solving and puzzles littered throughout the short game. This game scored high for good reason. There's plenty more to experience now that they've added a workshop, but I'll just wait to see what else this developer has in store. The story wasn't the best, but overall innovation, art-wise, sound, all that good stuff definitely carried this one up for me. And I gave this game a score of 7.75. Alright, our next game. It was a short game, but I'll be honest, I dreaded playing it again. The many bugs and loud noises that got my heart racing were just frustrating. I was tired of my camera being messed up after each attack, or doors staying permanently locked after the nun walked through them, items disappearing because I threw them on the floor. Hell, I even beat the game due to what I believe is an unintentional path. Me jumping across a wall, and I don't even think I was supposed to be able to walk across it. It's just messy. But I enjoy the first initial experience. Papa Combo is still making games, and I'm actually looking forward to playing one of their newest games, hopefully soon. I'm looking forward to it, definitely. But I gave this game overall a 5.25. I believe along with Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. Honestly, I do see Scooby-Doo a little bit higher than this game, but they have around the same thing, you know. The only reason Scooby-Doo suffers a little bit because it is a little bit old, and it is a little not like AAA status, so it is what it is. But 5.25 for Nun Massacre. I'm glad I finished the game. Probably not going to show up, return back to it again. Sorry, Patrick. Ooh, this one was really good. I really enjoyed this game. Yuppie Psycho. The technical issues almost ruined it for me though, but I think it was more on my side rather than the game side, so I'm not really going to fault it too much for that. The writing was excellent and engaging. The setting was unique and creative. There wasn't really much agency as a majority of it was really puzzle based, but there are multiple endings. I really don't count that towards agency though, it's more of just extra writing that you can experience. The music was also amazing. Oh my gosh, those tracks were bangers. The jazz is just so great. Overall engaging and innovative. Definitely recommend playing this game and I can't wait to get back into it. They actually just added more content after I had just finished one of the endings. But overall, I gave this game an 8.25, definitely the highest so far. But of course, our next game is definitely going to trump that previous one, because we have Little Nightmares, which was probably one of the best games of the month. Not probably, actually. It is. It was the best, I think, in my opinion. But also one of the shortest. I literally beat it in one day. This game has the perfect atmosphere and was very engaging. It's a horror platformer puzzler, and that has amazing art in the form of shadow box environments, just little snippets. You move from place to place, and it's so cool. Just the environments, the design. Like, I'm so excited to see how the second game is gonna be, and from the trailers, it looks so promising. I also still need to check out the DLC, but I'm not willing to put in some money right now for that, but I do want to see more of the story and understand it better. I can't wait to see more of it, our yellow-coated friend. I gave this game a 8.75, almost a 9. So it definitely reached up there pretty high, so I'm definitely excited for the next one. And now, for our last game of the month. This was one of the most surprising games of the month because when I first was asked to play it by one of our viewers, I didn't really think too much of it. This is another reason I'm happy to keep streaming and sharing this experience with others. You get recommendations that you probably never would have played before and get to experience them. The story was great for this game, and I really felt for the characters. They were very... I mean, I wouldn't say I would understand them very well, but I still cared about them. And there was a few bugs, and the art was okay, but what really did it for me in this game was the writing, definitely. Though, the writing did seem to contain some spelling/syntax errors in the last chapter. This game did great in all the departments, regardless, and even though it didn't get the highest score of all the games, it still had a really good engagement. And so I gave this game a 7.25. Definitely a great game, and I just recommend you guys to check it out. I actually recommend you guys check out all these games, even Nun Massacre for the first experience, because damn, that game will give you a heart attack. But anyways, guys, that was all the games for the month. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing those streams, and I hope we get to see even more in November, and so on and so forth. I mean, not even hope, it's gonna happen. But this was my monthly review. I enjoyed playing these games, and I hope to do more of these monthly reviews. I'm gonna have some even bigger ones. Look forward to my Control review. I already have that one written out. I just gotta record it and do it. I'm really trying to get myself into just getting videos out. So I'm just glad I was able to even record this and do this. You know, that's the first step. But anyways, guys, I didn't want to make this video too long, so that's why I try to get through all the games, get them really quick. I hope you guys enjoy this. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.